Assalamu alaikum and welcome to Heart to Allah. There comes a moment in every human life when the noise of the world suddenly goes quiet. It may happen late at night when the lights are off and the phone is finally still. It may happen after a promotion, after a new house, after applause, after success. And in that silence, a question rises from deep within the soul. A question no amount of money can answer, no title can silence, no achievement can bury. The question is simple, yet terrifying. Why do I still feel empty? You worked for years. You sacrificed sleep. You chased goals while others rested. You reached what you once dreamed of. And yet your heart feels heavy, restless, unsatisfied. This emptiness is not weakness. It is not failure. It is a message. A message written into the human soul by its creator. In a world that celebrates success loudly, very few speak honestly about what success actually does to the heart. Society tells us that fulfillment lies in achievement, that peace is found in comfort, that happiness is purchased through possessions. From a young age, we are trained to run after degrees, run after careers, run after status, run after validation. And so we run breathless, chasing a finish line that keeps moving further away. When we finally arrive, we realize something shocking. The heart is still thirsty. The soul is still restless. The mind is still unsettled. Allah describes this reality with absolute clarity when He says, "And whoever turns away from my remembrance, indeed he will have a miserable life." So Quran 124. Notice the wording. It does not say a poor life. It does not say a failed life. It says a miserable life. Misery can exist in mansions. Misery can sit in luxury cars. Misery can wear expensive suits and live behind guarded gates. The human heart was not created for the world alone. It was not designed to be filled with numbers, applause, or possessions. It was designed to know its creator. When that purpose is ignored, the heart rebels. It becomes anxious when it should be calm. It becomes fearful when it should feel secure. It becomes greedy even when it has enough. That is why people who have everything still feel like they have nothing. That is why success, when disconnected from God, feels hollow. Allah reminds us of a truth modern society often forgets. Verily, in the remembrance of Allah do hearts find rest. Qur'an in 13:28. Not minds, not bodies, hearts. And when the heart is at peace, everything else follows. Look around at the world we live in today. We are more connected than ever, yet loneliness is at its highest. We are more advanced than ever, yet anxiety is widespread. We are more informed than ever, yet wisdom is rare. People wake up exhausted even after sleeping. They eat yet feel no satisfaction. They laugh yet carry sadness inside. This is not a coincidence. It is the result of a spiritual vacuum. When Allah is removed from the center of life, something else takes His place. Money, ego, desire, image. But none of them were created to be worshipped, and none of them can carry the weight of the human soul. Success without God often creates a dangerous illusion. It convinces a person that they are self-made, that they are in control, that they are untouchable. Slowly, gratitude fades, humility weakens. Dependency on Allah turns into dependency on numbers, networks, and power. The Qur'an gives us a timeless warning through the story of Qur'an. A man blessed with immense wealth who believed his success came solely from his own knowledge. Allah tells us that Qur'an said, "I was only given it because of knowledge I possess." So Qur'an 28:7 and 8. That single sentence sealed his downfall. When success makes a person forget Allah, it does not elevate them, it destroys them. There is a deep spiritual law at work in this universe. Anything that draws you away from Allah will eventually turn against you. Wealth becomes a source of fear. Status becomes a source of pressure. Fame becomes a prison. Relationships become transactions. Even rest becomes difficult because the heart never switches off. Allah warns us gently yet firmly, "O mankind, you are the ones in need of Allah while Allah is free of need," the praiseworthy. So Quran 35 and Wintham. The moment we forget our need for Him, we begin to collapse from within. True success is not measured by what you collect, but by what you become. It is not measured by how high you rise, but by how close you are to Allah when you rise. The Prophet A taught us that richness is not having many possessions, but richness is contentment of the soul. A heart connected to Allah can sleep peacefully on the floor, while a heart disconnected from Him cannot rest on silk sheets. When Allah is present in a person's life, success becomes a tool, not a trap. Wealth becomes a means, not a master. Achievement becomes gratitude, not arrogance. Allah never forbade success. He never discouraged excellence. Islam does not teach poverty of ambition. It teaches purity of intention. What Islam warns against is allowing success to replace Allah in the heart. Says, know that the life of this world is but amusement and diversion and adornment and boasting among you and competition in increase of wealth and children. So Quran 702. These things are not evil, but they are temporary. When they are treated as the ultimate goal, disappointment is inevitable. The emptiness people feel after achieving success is actually mercy. It is Allah calling them back. It is a reminder that the soul is starving while the body is fed, that the resume is impressive, but the heart is neglected, that the bank account is full, but the spiritual account is empty. Allah does not want to take success away from you. He wants to bless it with meaning. He wants your achievements to bring you closer to Him, not further away. When a person reconnects with Allah, something remarkable happens. The same success that once felt heavy becomes light. The same responsibilities that once caused stress become acts of worship. Work becomes purpose. Earnings become charity. Time becomes valuable. Even hardship becomes meaningful. Allah promises this transformation when He says, whoever does righteousness, whether male or female, while being a believer, we will surely grant them a good life. Quran 16:9-7. A good life is not defined by absence of problems. It is defined by presence of peace. At the end of the day, every human being will be stripped of their titles. Careers will end. Accounts will close. Applause will fade. And all that will remain is the state of the heart that meets Allah. On that day, success will not be asked about in terms of profit and loss, but in terms of faith and sincerity. Allah tells us with absolute clarity, the day when neither wealth nor children will benefit except one who comes to Allah with a sound heart. The Quran 26:88-89. So if you are successful and still feel empty, do not panic. Do not numb it. Do not distract yourself further. Listen to that emptiness. It is not a curse. It is guidance. It is your soul remembering where it came from. Turn back to Allah, not by abandoning the world, but by putting Allah back at the center of it. Pray with presence. Earn with honesty. Give with humility. Remember Allah in private before mentioning Him in public. When Allah becomes your priority, everything else falls into place. And remember this, the heart that knows Allah will never feel empty, even if the hands are empty. But the heart that forgets Allah will never feel full, even if it owns the world. Choose wisely where you seek fulfillment, because success ends at the grave, but faith begins there.